tapes that Republic has managed to expose. And speaking to us on this is now Dr. Subramanian Swamy. So this is one case that you took up suo moto. Obviously, you wanted to see reach its logical end. Somewhere, nothing really happened beyond a point. But the tapes that Prema Sridevi has now put up, sir, these are personal conversations that she's had with us. Some proof that she's given to the Delhi police. Sadly, nobody wanted to look beyond a certain point on this. And justice for Sunanda, like many of us, you have been pushing for this as well.
Well, I took it up because it was a misuse of official power. And I've always been taking up issues where official power is misused. Otherwise, I don't get into this nitty-gritty of crimes of passion and so on. This is not a crime of passion, actually. It was a cold-blooded murder, and which I continue to believe that Shashi Tharoor is an accomplice, both before the murder and after the murder. And that Sunanda was a woman scorned after the Meher Tarar matter, and she wanted to spill it all because she was put up as a front in the Cochin IPL auction, and she had put up a lot in terms of bearing the burden of hiding things which really belonged to Shashi Tharoor. He was disloyal to her, and that's what enraged her. Now, I have only once met Sunanda, and that was in a temple where the the Maharaja of Tramco family had invited me to attend one of their annual famous festival of what they call as 1 lakh lamps are lit, and all high society is there in one enclosure. And I was sitting with the chief secretary. The chief minister also had come, and she came with Shashi Tharoor. It's the only time I have met her. She has, you run into people in parties, dinner meetings, etc. That way I've seen her here and there. Now, what I feel is that this murder was carried out by a Supari, and people from Dubai, 2 of them having UAE passports and 2 of them having Pakistani passports, lived in that hotel. The hotel itself is complicit, because a
very, very vital point you're raising, because while we were showing out our entire tapes and everything, there was one question which was very pertinent, and Prema Sridevi repeatedly asked Shashi Tharoor's man which room she is in. She was in room number 307, and when she was found dead, she was in 345. So either she was moved ahead of the killing, or probably moved after, and who were the ones, and how much difficult would it be to get that detail from the CCTV cameras? But unfortunately, nothing has been recovered, in terms of...
Yes, there's no doubt. Now, let's deal with this investigation part. You're saying that Prema Devi said this to so-and-so and nothing has happened. I wouldn't say nothing has happened. We have to first of all give full marks to Dr. Sudhir Gupta. He's not only a gold medalist in forensic science, he lived true to his profession. And I know personally that he faced death threats, his whole family being ruined, his career being brought to an end, and everybody was complicit. In fact, on 12th May, Ghulam Nabi Azad had actually called a meeting of the board, but unfortunately the elections upset their calculations, the results came on 16th. So, one is, there are people. Second, there was a joint commissioner of police who had taken a bribe from a very, very important person in the Congress party to hush it up and declare it as a natural cause death. And other policemen did not play ball. And today, and the predecessor, Verma, who's now CBI director, and today the present police commissioner, they are men of integrity. So every time I saw there was no progress, I wanted to go to court on a PIL and get a court-monitored investigation. I have plenty of material. The petition is ready. But then I was told that they are doing it very systematically because he does have, Shashi Tharoor does have supporters in our party. It's not that he doesn't. A part of it is due to extracurricular activities such as cricket. So there was support for him. There was even an attempt to bring him into the party, which I am thankful to the Prime Minister. He blocked it after some of us protested. So the question to say that the police is doing no work, I think it's not fair. Yes, there was one policeman, very senior official, and he has been sidelined. And he has been sidelined for quite some time, especially after Rajnath took over as Home Minister. He was the one who, after receiving my letter, ordered an FIR to be set up. So there is now today a team which will take it to a logical conclusion. I also have to thank the Americans, because there was a very crude attempt to indefinitely delay the matter by sending it for an opinion. When you've got a gold medalist, the All India Medical Institute is world famous, and they give a report, what is the need for sending it to the FBI? And the FBI never takes less than 7 years, because they don't want to come here and then testify in court and so on. But to the credit of the Americans, the whole thing took only 4 months. And they gave a report. There was I had thought it was polonium, but they have given an even superior Russian possibility. So the question of poisoning is established. The question of the video which I gave to your correspondent Prema, which clearly shows in our body marks and our injection thing, and plus a forcible opening of our mouth to feed her something. So the question is, now we have to register a formal case. There is an FIR. We have to register a formal case of Shashi Tharoor as a suspect of what? Either murder, or, which I don't agree with, or being an accessory to the murder, the unnamed murderer, or the unnamed person who put out the supari for her. So your channel bringing it out at this moment has been very opportune, because I've been discussing the possibility of going to court on a PIL, but the Delhi police is also on the verge of doing something. So I think this represents a case of a 7-star hotel, where the hotel management collaborates and a minister's wife is killed by hired guns from abroad who come and stay in the hotel. And whatever may be her character, so many people told me, why you bother about her, she's got such a loose character. I said, so what? She's a woman who is right to life under Article 21 of the Constitution. So, and especially since I don't know her at all. Mm-hmm. So this is something that should not be let go. And all the other channels were chicken, and your channel showed it. I will, of course, at this stage give the credit to people like Chandrasekhar, who own the TV.
So a very, very important point, because when we try to reach out to Shashi Tharoor, he would not want to speak to us. His crew started threatening our reporters who were there, yes. And then he puts out a tweet and he says that again it's a malicious attempt. You're making a mockery of someone's personal tragedy. If Shashi Tharoor is so confident of his defense, the question is, why doesn't he come out and clarify?
It is not a tragedy. It is a liberation for him. He's himself involved with thugs. What about the house which he has in New York, which is given to his son by the previous marriage? How did he get it? Who paid for it? There are bootleggers and criminals of Dubai who have done it. He had been heading a corporation in Dubai. His record in the UN is something which has brought India's name down, especially what he did in the Oil for Food program. So I'm not on that issue. The question is, there are a few things which now have to go. One is that the closed circuit TV outside the hotel lobby had filmed a car in which Tharoor and his wife Sunanda entered and travelled somewhere at 9 o'clock at night and came back the night of the 16th. And that is with the police. And the license plate is known. And you'll immediately know who put out the safari once you trace the license plate number. This the police must do. Why should I do it? Because this is something on which I don't have any written records. Now, second, the private secretary of Sajid Tharoor as a minister, who's an IPS officer, telephones Tharoor at 4:30 in the afternoon, saying that now she is dead. And he comes out, that's the second time he comes out, goes to his residence in Lodi estate, has a bath, packs a bag for travelling somewhere, then goes at 7 o'clock or thereabout and reports to the police at only 9 o'clock. They cleaned up the place because she put up a terrific fight. And they had to change her clothes, which is why he wanted new clothes brought into the new room. So these are all very established. It's a short conviction case, and for the sake of safety of women, this is another dimension. We talk so much about the safety of women, but here is something on a 7-star hotel. All those, no matter how high they are, must be booked. And I am very confident that Narendra Modi will not allow a cover-up in this.
Thank you so much for talking to us with Virginist Faizan Payal Mehta for Republic.